I'm getting married. To myself. Oh, and I'm registered at Manolo Blahnik.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the moments, scenes, and plot points from Sex and the City that are all about that fem-powerment.
Don't laugh at me, but maybe we could be each other's soulmates.
We are not, however, including any moments from the movies or the 2021 revival sequel. Number 20, shutting down Miranda's body shamers. In this Season 5 episode, Carrie convinces her friends to celebrate Charlotte's 30th birthday in style. They end up going to Atlantic City, but it's not exactly the gal's getaway Carrie probably had in mind.
You can't go to sleep! In 5 minutes, Charlotte turns 35 again! Good night!
When she tries to get a group photo at the casino, two men unkindly tell Miranda to shove off the blackjack table. The others do not miss a beat, confronting the pair and making it abundantly clear that this kind of body shaming will not be tolerated. Miranda is also reminded that although her body might look a little different than what she's used to, it supported her through pregnancy.
It is most certainly not okay!
Listen, you big jerk! Her ass isn't normally this big! Yes! Thank you, I almost forgot!
Let's just say the ladies make sure that the shamers learn their lesson loud and clear.
Come on, let's go! The Lennox-Lewis match sold out that night, but our heavyweight fight caused a bigger stir.
Number 19. Carrie has a friend in Miranda. The series is called Sex and the City, so as the title suggests, the ladies are likely to spend a great deal of time talking about their physical relationships. But did someone forget to give Miranda that memo?
How does it happen that 4 such smart women have nothing to talk about but boyfriends? It's like 7th grade with bank accounts. What about us? What we think, we feel, we know.
We can totally appreciate that she wants at least some of their conversations to pass the Bechdel test. And we'd probably scream into the abyss listening to Carrie ruminate over Big for the umpteenth time too.
Give me a call when you're ready to talk about something besides men for a change.
But at the end of the day, Miranda is still there when Carrie needs her. There's arguably nothing more empowering than being supported by loved ones during difficult times. And sometimes, we all need reminding that the healing process can't be rushed.
I forgot how hard it is. You just take all the time you need, okay?
Number 18, friendship comes first. The ladies celebrate their unified singledom with a night of drinking and dancing. When Charlotte struggles to get behind this cause of celebration, Samantha offers her some pretty sound advice. Sure, being with someone can be great, and we can all dream of being in loving and nurturing relationships.
Embrace that fact. Slap on some armor and go through life like I do, enjoying men but not expecting them to fill you up. Except when, well, you know.
We know.
But the most important relationship one can have is with themselves, which, as we'll soon see, is a recurring theme throughout the series. Anyway, when a man approaches Sam asking her to dance, she politely turns him down. This is a girls' night after all. Miranda might be surprised, but we weren't. Samantha doesn't exactly strike us as the type who would ditch her soulmates for a man.
Not dumping us for a guy.
Is that the kind of girl you think I am?
Number 17, Samantha celebrates body positivity. Most of us can probably relate to looking in a mirror and picking apart what about our physical appearance we'd most like to change. So next time you find yourself being your harshest critic, we'd like you to remember Ms. Samantha Jones.
I'm having nude photographs taken on Wednesday.
What are you gonna do, have postcards made up to hand out to prospective dates?
This is not about a man's approval. This photo is just for me.
She is a body-positive queen and a role model to all of us. In this episode, she shows appreciation for her body by posing for photos in her birthday suit.
I like my body. I'm getting these pictures taken. What's the big problem?
No problem, you're my hero.
Her friends are somewhat critical at first, but Samantha is confident enough in her own skin not to be shaken. We're not suggesting booking any intimate photo shoots if that's not your thing.
That's not very arty. I can see your everything.
Oh, that's the full frontal. I just did that to warm up.
But we can all learn to love our bodies and what they do for us a little more. Number 16, Miranda learns to cope with rejection. The truth can be hard, but it can also set you free, as Miranda learns in this episode.
I love it. It is the most liberating thing I have ever heard. Think how much time and therapy I could have saved over the last 20 years if I had known this.
She tells her friends about her date, and while they're all optimistic and encouraging, Carrie's boyfriend Berger offers another perspective. The ladies are horrified by his blunt honesty. Well, except for Miranda.
No, I'm intrigued. Elaborate.
Look, I'm sorry, but when a guy's really into you, he's coming upstairs, meeting or no meeting.
She actually finds it refreshing and learns to embrace the harsh reality that sometimes that other person simply isn't into you. With that in mind, she approaches the dating scene with a whole new perspective.
Burger has single-handedly changed my life. I still haven't heard from the real estate guy, but it's fine. He's just not that into me.
Fun fact, this episode reportedly inspired series writers Greg Behrendt and Liz Tuccillo to write the self-help book He's Just Not That Into You, which was later turned into a movie.
The guy gives you his phone number instead of taking yours, he's not interested.
Oh, he took mine first, but then he gave...
And also, if a guy wants to see you, believe me, he will see you.
Number 15, when Carrie tears up Big's check. This episode is one that many point to when itemizing Carrie's flaws. After she ends things with Aiden, she needs to find the money for a down payment or risk losing her home.
I spent $40,000 on shoes and I have no place to live? I will literally be the old woman who lived in her shoes.
She soon discovers that because she spent so much money on shoes, she's not a viable candidate for a loan. She brings her financial woes to Big, who offers her the money without a second thought. Miranda and Samantha also offer support, but Carrie turns them down. Yes, expecting your friends to bail you out is extremely entitled, and we have to side with Charlotte here.
I love you, but it's not my job to fix your finances. You're a 35-year-old woman. You need to learn to stand on your own.
That aside, Carrie did try to own her mistakes and didn't rely on a man to save the day.
So I can't tape it back.
Number 14, Miranda won't apologize for her lifestyle. In season 3, Miranda hires a housekeeper who tries to clean up a lot more than just her home.
Do you know where the coffee mugs are?
Oh, I moved them here. See? Now all glasses are together.
Oh, sure. I guess that makes more sense.
Magda is a more conservative woman who believes that all women should know how to make pies. Does she think that's the quickest way to a man's heart?
Why do I have a rolling pin?
It's for you to make pies.
Uh-huh.
It's good for women to make pies.
Her idea of a bedside goodie drawer is also vastly different from Miranda's, but Miranda refuses to be judged for her choices. She tells Magda that how she chooses to live and enjoy her life is none of her business. And if that's going to be a problem, there's an obvious solution.
I drink coffee and have sex and buy pies and enjoy battery-operated devices. If you can't deal with that, I will find another housekeeper who can.
Magda finds a weirdly sweet way to let Miranda know that she has been heard. Number 13, Samantha, the unapologetic feminist. For a series about sex and relationships, some of these characters could be pretty narrow-minded about the subject, but not Samantha Jones.
The right guy is an illusion, you understand that? You can start living your life.
She celebrates female sexuality and sensuality in all its glory, and never apologizes for putting her pleasure first. She's open-minded, takes ownership of her body, and encourages others to think more freely.
And I will not be judged by you or society.
Package that together, and it's hardly surprising that she has such a fulfilling intimate life. She also taught us that nothing is more vital than self-love. And no, not just the physical kind. And how important it is to nourish that relationship. You are the one constant in your life, so why not put your happiness and satisfaction first?
I love you.
I love you too, Richard. But I love me more.
Number 12, a baby shower stirs up many emotions. Sex and the City's stance on motherhood is quite progressive for its time. Take this season 1 episode, where the ladies attend a baby shower and contemplate their own maternal instincts.
The truth is, I needed to escape. The party had turned into a preview. A preview of a life I didn't know if I was ready for.
We're shown a plethora of attitudes towards parenthood, but at no point does one feel more legitimate than another. Sure, you can be one of those people whose lives are transformed by having children. Or you can be like Samantha and celebrate your childless life. Both are perfectly acceptable.
See, Samantha did something only Samantha could do. She threw an I don't have a baby shower to let everyone know she was fabulous.
We also love that despite her lack of interest in babies, Samantha is there for Charlotte when Lainey steals her baby name.
I can't believe you're freaking out over a name.
I mean, you're not even pregnant.
That's not the point.
What's going on?
She stole my baby name.
You bitch. Let's go.
We all need a friend like Samantha in our corner. Number 11, Carrie's parting message.
Go get our girl.
We had spent 6 seasons navigating life and love with Carrie, Charlotte, Samantha, and Miranda, and now things were coming to a close. Carrie was back with Big, the ladies had reunited in Manhattan, and they had served some final iconic looks. Now, all we needed were some empowering parting words to hold on to between rewatches. And luckily, the writers had the perfect message to send fans on their way.
Later that day, I got to thinking about relationships. There are those that open you up to something new and exotic.
Carrie reflects on the journey she's been on and the lessons it taught her. But the main takeaway is that the most crucial relationship in your life is the one you have with yourself. Finding someone who shares that love is an added bonus.
But the most exciting, challenging, and significant relationship of all is the one you have with yourself.
Number 10, when Carrie turns down Aidens' proposal. In one of the most poignant scenes in the show's history, Carrie is in a white dress and Aiden is in a rented tux, and he suggests they just get married right then.
Let's get married tonight. Come on, you got this beautiful white dress on. I got this tux for another 13 hours. Let's just do it.
Carrie has already displayed some trepidation about their upcoming nuptials, and in this moment, she has to put her foot down and tell him that she just isn't ready right now.
Carrie, I looked at you tonight from across the room, and I thought, I love her, and she loves me, and what are we waiting for?
Because I need more time.
Many fans disagreed with her decision, considering how well Aiden treated her, and especially due to the fact that he took her back despite her infidelity. But in the end, no woman should do something she's not comfortable with just to avoid losing someone.
This isn't about you. I'm not ready for marriage.
Number 9, when Charlotte chooses her choice.
The women's movement is supposed to be about choice. And if I choose to quit my job, that is my choice.
What this moment boils down to is a woman's right to choose. Whether that means working towards becoming a partner at a law firm or quitting your job and pursuing interior design as a hobby.
I am quitting my job to make my life better and do something worthwhile, like have a baby and cure AIDS.
Miranda calls Charlotte out on what she deems to be a flaky life decision. But in the end, they both realize that there's no one right path that works for everyone.
Charlotte, I don't have time for this. I have to go to work. Some of us still have to go to work.
I choose my choice. I choose my choice.
On top of that, this episode also features a storyline about one of Samantha's partners asking her to do a little personal grooming, and her refusing to comply unless he does the same.
We have to run to Helga the hot waxer every other week, but them? How would they like it if we told them to shape their heads, trim their trunk?
Number 8, when Miranda proposes to Steve.
I don't want to lose you again. Even if I screw up all the other stuff, that's the one that matters.
Sometimes it's the simplest things that can be the most inspiring. When Steve and Miranda finally get together for good after spending years apart, Miranda decides to ask Steve to marry her in a moment that's both unexpected and beautiful.
I don't want to lose you either.
Despite how far we've come, marriage proposals are still something that's more frequently considered the man's responsibility. And seeing it go down another way is refreshing.
Will you marry me?
The fact that Miranda isn't what you'd call a hopeless romantic makes this gesture all the sweeter.
Are you serious?
Yes. Will you?
Hell yeah.
Number 7, when Charlotte takes control of her reproductive future.
I don't approve of this, Charlotte. You've got more hormones in you than a teenage boy.
Well, this is what we have to do now.
Charlotte is a woman who knows what she wants, to meet the man of her dreams and to have a child.
I think we should go back to trying to have a baby the old-fashioned way.
Well, why don't we just sit around and wait for a stork?
She thinks she has the guy, but unfortunately, the baby doesn't come quite so easily. Through all their fertility troubles, Charlotte often feels alone since Trey is clearly not on her wavelength when it comes to the importance of starting a family.
It's a cardboard baby. I saw it in the window of a novelty store next to the hospital. See? Now we can relax because we have one.
In the end, she realizes that he doesn't care about having a baby nearly as much as she does. And for that, she knows she has to look somewhere else for her happily ever after.
I want a baby. I thought that's what you wanted too.
So did I.
I don't think I should have to give that up.
Number 6. Miranda deserves to celebrate success. In a world where gender roles continuously evolve, it sometimes takes some people a little longer to catch up than others.
But it's normal for the guy to have more money.
Oh, come on! I know lots of women who make more money than their husbands.
For instance, when Miranda and her friends discuss her and Steve's vastly different salaries. On the one hand, Miranda doesn't want money to be an issue in the relationship. But on the other hand, why should she devalue her success?
When a single woman has money, it's a problem you have to deal with. It's ridiculous. I want to enjoy my success, not apologize for it.
Bravo, honey, bravo.
After all, no one expects a man to feel bad about out-earning a woman. Carrie faces a similar issue when she dates Berger. Like her, he's a writer, but he's intimidated by and even jealous of her success. Still, Carrie has no intention of downplaying her achievements to soothe his bruised ego.
But I am not sorry I made that money. I worked really hard for it. And I never thought that you would be the type of guy that would have a problem with that.
Number 5. When Carrie marries herself. In the season 6 episode A Woman's Right to Shoes, Carrie's invited to a baby shower at a friend's house, where the hostess asks that everyone remove their shoes before crossing the threshold.
I might have been 1 foot out the door, but my shoes appeared to have already left.
At the end of the night, however, a pair of Carrie's Manolo Blahniks are missing. Her friend doesn't seem too concerned, but eventually offers to replace them until balking at the price.
No offense, Carrie, but I really don't think we should have to pay for your extravagant lifestyle.
Carrie realizes, though, that between engagement gifts, wedding gifts, baby showers, and children's birthdays, she has easily spent that much and more on this very same friend.
I mean, if you got married or had a child, she would spend the same on you.
And if I don't ever get married or have a baby, what? I get bupkis?
Ultimately, she registers for a wedding for herself and puts that single pair of shoes on the registry to make her point.
Hi, it's Carrie Bradshaw. I wanted to let you know that I'm getting married to myself. Oh, and I'm registered at Manolo Blahnik. So thanks. Bye.
Number 4. When Samantha fought workplace sexism. In this season 4 episode, Samantha tackles an issue that women face in industries worldwide: sexual discrimination in the workplace.
Well, I have to admit, you're the best person for the job, but I'm not going to hire you.
Give me one legitimate reason why not.
Sam is trying to nab a position working with successful hotelier Richard Wright, but it seems that he just doesn't want to work with a woman. She clearly outlines the issue that many women are faced with. Show your sensitive side and be deemed too emotional, or put your foot down and be called cold, or worse.
You know what? If I was a guy, you would have shaken my hand, bought me a scotch, and given me a key to an office. It's amazing. A man with such innovative vision can be so short-sighted.
Turns out Wright had no issues working with a woman. It was the fact that Sam had slept with his architect he didn't like. Regardless of the why, Ms. Jones stands up for herself and gets the job she deserves. Number 3. When Miranda and Samantha buy their own apartments.
So, it's just you?
Yep, just me.
Though the show has been criticized for showing women being financially irresponsible and frivolous, some of the more empowering moments are more easily forgotten.
I have a son who owns his own business.
No thanks. I'll take it.
In Season 2 and Season 3, respectively, Miranda and Samantha buy their own apartments. And in Miranda's case at least, the fact that she's a single woman making such a major purchase without a husband or father helping her out is made into an issue.
And the down payment's coming from your father?
No. Just me.
For Samantha, she's forced to move because of drama with her neighbors, who are shaming her for the sex she has.
What can I say? I've arrived!
Number 2. When Miranda is faced with a tough question.
I know, I'm 10 minutes late.
Well, I'm 3 weeks late.
What?
I'm pregnant.
In 2001, when this episode first aired, dealing with abortion on primetime television was still somewhat unheard of. So when Miranda finds out that she's pregnant and makes the decision to end the pregnancy, it was a notable storyline. Her storyline is juxtaposed with Charlotte's, who is struggling with infertility.
You're not even going to consider having it?
This is not in my plans right now, and I really feel awful talking about this in front of you.
But the real twist comes when in the end, Miranda makes the unexpected choice to carry out the pregnancy.
Charlotte, I didn't do it. I'm keeping the baby.
The Throughout the episode, Carrie and Samantha share their own stories of having abortions, which works to destigmatize the act and show that it really is a woman's right to choose.
We've all been there.
I haven't.
I've had 2. Carrie, how many have you had?
One?
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. When the girls choose each other as soulmates.
The longer I sat at that table, the more alone I felt, and it really hit me. I am 35 and alone.
You are not alone.
One of the show's saddest episodes features Carrie trying to celebrate her 35th birthday, but encountering problems when it seems that all of her friends have stood her up when she's left at the restaurant alone.
I hate myself a little for saying this, but it felt really sad not to have a man in my life who cares about me.
She finds herself questioning her happiness being single, and how days like this make her wonder if she needs a man in her life. With her trademark eternal optimism, Charlotte chimes in with a suggestion that ultimately leads the rest of the series.
Don't laugh at me, but maybe we could be each other's soulmates.
She proposes that they be each other's soulmates, and just let men be in their lives for fun.
Well, that sounds like a plan.
Embracing the importance of female friendships is one of the most subtle feminist acts in the whole series. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.